What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to show you how to use the Midgate on the 2025 GMC Sierra EV. This is also going to be the same for the Chevrolet Silverado EV. Now, this was back introduced in 2001 on the Chevrolet Avalanche. Midgate, basically, it allows you to use the cab and the bed all as one, giving you about 11 feet of bed space, which is pretty wild for a work truck like this. So let's get right into it, show you how to use it, and there's basically two different configurations that are quite useful on this truck. All right, so first up, when you look into the back seats with this GMC, it has 3 headrests. There is a button on that side where you can fold them all down for also better driver visibility. So with those down, the first step is just this latch right here. You can unlatch it, pull the seat bottoms upwards. You're gonna go ahead and do that on each side. So pretty easy. Overall, they don't really weigh all too much. You do have a little bit extra storage space all down below here, and you could even use this as maybe a good cargo area. From here, step 2, and you do have all 4 steps written out on the plastic. We're gonna pull this lever and pull the backrest downwards. Now, luckily, once again, I can reach it from back here. So pulling that latch upwards, and then I can pull these down as well. And then once again, now that these are plastic lined, this could also be another great way to just kind of have storage space. So the cool thing with this configuration, if I unlock that, you can actually pull this whole thing downwards, and this gives you kind of a halfway Midgate. So as you can tell, there is the interior of the bed space going into the cab. So what's cool about this configuration, depending on if it's raining out, cold out, especially if you have a bed cover, you're able to use this kind of like a kind of hybrid. So you can have all that space, but if it's raining or super cold, you don't want the interior of your vehicle exposed to the elements. This is a really good way to kind of use that as a hybrid. So this is basically one configuration, how the Midgate is going to work. And then you can individually open and close these. So it depends on if you just want a little space or something like that. Now here's where it starts getting exciting. The glass is also removable. Now down here, want to make sure that is locked upwards. You have a latch on the left and the right. You want to make sure those are also out of the way. And then from here, you're going to grab your hand, pinch this, and that pulls these down. There is a little safety stopper so the glass doesn't just come out. You're going to push that out of the way and very easily lift the whole glass and slide it into this position here. Now you kind of want to slide it side to side so it fits nicely, clicks into place, and then you can also use these and cover them as well to lock. They're a little tight, so you don't really have to, but mainly the centerpiece is the most important. From here, pressing that button once, the whole thing now is going to come downwards just like we did previously. And then looking at it from this angle, you can tell how everything is nice and flat, giving you a durable area to slide very long 2x4s or anything that you could need into from the bed. Now, with that said, as you can tell, the glass is no longer, and heck, you can even just remove the glass manually, put this back up, and have that 5 window down feeling. So from here, since this one has a bed cover, let's put this down. Of course, we have all the fun stuff of the MultiPro tailgate, and then using the MultiPro Midgate, let's see another way to do it. So this one does specifically have a roll-up bed cover that you can get out of the way. And then if I completely remove this, which should just be a little bit of a screw on each side, and we can get this completely off. Now we have the really cool Midgate. So now it's 100% into the cab. I can literally be into this GMC from the bed. How cool is this? You can be in and out of the bed and the cab with this fancy Midgate. So that is how you operate the Midgate. Definitely a super cool feature, especially with the bed cover off. All this is just open space into the bed, and you can literally do anything with this as far as using it for utility or even just recreation. Super cool just how much space you have all the way from the tailgate and then going into the cab of the vehicle. That is something you just don't see. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and put it all back together, which is pretty easy. This piece is a little on the heavy side, I've noticed. So I've kind of liked to grab it from the center just because last thing I want to do is have anything twist But with it up, as you can tell, it actually does do a pretty good job just locking upwards without really flipping or bending or twisting or anything weird. So from here, the side latches, like I mentioned, don't really always lock downwards, but I don't think it's all too necessary. But from here, just gonna kind of hold it, lift that upwards, and then the glass itself maybe is like 10 pounds or so. But we can just slide this up at an angle, locks into there, puts up nicely, and then we can click that closed. Now, like I mentioned, these are independent. So one at a time, you can pull these downwards to give you that space into the bed. So that is really cool. But from here, all you have to do is pop the seats back upwards. So once again, one side, the next side, and then put these each down. So from the inside of the cab, let's just do one at a time from that perspective, how it all looks. Independently, we can pull these down and you have that space from the cab into the bed. And then very quickly, we can close these back up. And moving on to the glass, once again, grabbing the top, you can see the glass now getting out of the way, and then we can lock this downwards and very carefully clicking that downwards as well. Now it's worth mentioning, it doesn't matter which side you press. I only have to press one of them and it unlocks the entire midgate. Same thing, pressing this side and it comes right downwards. So there is what it looks like from that perspective, all the way back from the tailgate into basically the backs of these front seats. And then just grabbing the whole thing, we can easily lift it back up and we are closed. Now when you're pressing it back up, sometimes it feels like it's twisting because we have those two separate pieces aside from this whole upper one. So I guess it doesn't really matter. You can just grab either side and it's not really all too difficult. And then from that perspective, once again, the glass, just sliding it into its position, closing it all the way up. And that is it. And then lastly, we can just grab these seats, lift them nicely, and they're gonna lock backwards into place. And then just one last look at everything all back together. Definitely a really cool feature that you're gonna get in the new GM electric trucks. So there you guys go. That is how you use the midgate on the GMC Sierra EV as well as the Chevrolet Silverado EV. Cool feature. It'd be interesting to know if any other truck manufacturers put this in. Now, obviously these electric trucks are basically a unibody type vehicle. Normal pickup trucks are body on frame with a separate bed. So basically 3 pieces of a truck versus a 1-piece body. So it'll be interesting if anyone else adopts this and puts it in their vehicle. And it'd be interesting to know, are people really gonna use it? 11 feet is a lot of space. However, is it useful? Comment below. But there you guys go. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you all in the next video.